Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. You're watching Big Fish Lad, and today we are going to talk about all things Parachromis. Now, the Parachromis family consists of the Dovii, the Jaguar cichlid, the RTM, the Loeselii. As you'll know, I've mentioned it on so many occasions that it's probably joint my favourite species of fish along with the Amphilophus. You know, I would probably edge towards the Amphilophus, just because of, to me, my own opinion, I just feel as though they've got a bit more personality. But my Dovii, as you know, I've got Dovii. I've never owned an adult Dovii, so I have owned more Amphilophus than I have Parachromis, so that's probably where it edges to. But the irony behind that comment is that the favourite fish I have ever had is Mr. Wimpy, which was a Parachromis Manawense. So take from that whatever you will, guys. But yeah, we're going to do an update on my Parachromis. So as you know, we have got the Dovii. You've seen the Dovii, and it's been a while since I've shown you those. They've grown nicely. We've got a new Parachromis species in the fish room, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Jag as well, guys. So there's some interesting news around the Jaguar cichlid. So just before we pan over to the Dovii, guys, again, I'm asking you, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. It's free of charge. It's just a click of the button below, and then if you click the notification bell next to it, that will notify when my updates come. If you do get fed up of me and I do end up boring you, you can just click back on that button to click out of subscription. So it's dead easy. Thank you to everybody that is subscribed. I really appreciate it. And also, guys, I just wanted to give you an update on my long COVID, because I received quite a lot of messages on YouTube and Instagram, and it's so nice that people take time out to ask me how I'm doing. But as you can see on the last two videos as well, I've not been using oxygen, so I've been taken off the oxygen. About a week ago I was taken off the oxygen, so that's gone. I don't need the oxygen anymore, so that's an absolute result, guys. I am obviously a keen hiker, and I'm getting out. So before I went in hospital, I was hiking up big ascents and doing long hikes, and obviously now I'm trying to get myself back into that, but I can only manage about 3 miles at the moment, guys. But it's 3 miles more than I could manage a few months ago, so I'm absolutely buzzing, and I will get back to where I was. I do still have some long COVID symptoms, so brain fog's really bad, and fatigue is still there, so I'm getting tired. So towards the end of the day, I'm really tired. So yeah, I just thought I'd give you that update, and thank you so much to everybody that messages me, because I get so many messages, and there's so much love out there, especially on YouTube and Instagram, that absolutely that is what keeps me going. So thank you very much, guys, appreciate it. Anyway, let me shut up, and we're going to move over to the Dovii. That's going to be the first update, the Dovii cichlid, guys. So let's do it. So here we are at the Dovii cichlid, the Parachromis Dovii, the wolf cichlid. Now we started off with 10 of these guys, as you know, and we've only got 9. I don't know what happened to one, but it obviously got eaten. So this one here, if I can get a side on view, this is the dominant fish in the tank. So this is the biggest one. This is the one that eats first. This is the one that throws his weight about, her weight about maybe, I don't know. So I don't know what your thoughts are. It won't let me do a side on version, guys, but there you go. I don't know what your thoughts are on this one, but I put a picture of this one on Facebook. So I put it on my group on Facebook, which is Any Fish WW, which is worldwide, and I put it on the Dovii Facebook group. Now, everyone on my group said it was a female, and everybody on the Dovii group said it was a male. So who knows, eh, guys? Who knows? While they're all getting on, I'm not going to vent it. I'm not going to try that. But if it is a male, this is the one I'm going to be keeping. The other one that I like is this one here. That one there. Now it's very different to that one. And this actually, when I put a picture of this one up, there was a mixture on both groups of male and female. So it just goes to show that you never really know. You never really know. But there's lots in there. There's 9 in there. And like I said, they're all getting on. You'll see that the pots aren't what they used to be, and that's because I don't want a pair. I just want a male, guys. So I've put some pots in there for refuge and stuff, but they don't use them. They don't use them, and but they do get on. As you can see, all those fish in there, and there's no niptails, and there's no fighting. There never is any fighting. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to feed them. So I'm just going to pop you on pause while I get some food for them. Right, so they know they're going to get fed. As you can see, they're coming up. They know with the hand that feeds them is. They're very, very confident. But like I said, I'm going to put some food in. That's the beauty, that, isn't it? I hope that is a male, guys. That is an absolute stunning fish. Anyway, we're going to put some Northern cichlid formula in, which they love. I mean, look, very, very confident. And it's great now that I can feed them this pellet, because this is actually a bigger pellet. So, well, it's about 3mm, but they were obviously, because they were so small when I got them. I've only had them about, what? I've had them now 3 months. So they're growing nicely. I would say the biggest one, which is the one, is this one here, which is the one I keep talking about. I would say that's about 4 inches now. Might be a bit more actually. It might be about 4.5 inches actually. But yeah, most of them are growing. Some of them are still a bit smaller, but they're all, you know, as a ratio, they're all growing quite nice. And like I said, we're only going to keep a male. We are going to have a wet pet. I don't want any pairs of big daft fish, because I'm not going to breed them, so there's no point in my eyes in going through all the hassle on fish like this. Now look at that. Sorry I keep showing you this one, but this is my favourite. I'm going to be gutted if this is female, guys, to be honest with you. You look at the blue. I don't know if you can show you the blue in the fins. It's stunning. And then obviously I like this one as well. This is a little beauty. And there's two like that, look. There's another one like that as well. They are very different, so I don't know. Listen, after what happened with the gold jags, I ain't going to make any predictions, but I'm just hoping that the one that, when I can find it, is it that one there? Oh, there it is. Sorry, is the male, because that is absolutely stunning. Look at that. Beautiful fish. Anyway, yeah, so it were a matter of time, and while they're getting on, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to do anything with it. So if it starts kicking off, and I'm sure it will do, I'm sure it will do at one point. If it starts kicking off at any point, I'm probably going to have to vent them. I mean, that again, that's a lovely one. So there's some beauties in there that are growing into beauties, but like I said, that is my favourite. Look at that. So yeah, I'm going to have to, if they start to kick off, start fighting. Funny enough, the only one that uses a pot is the one I'm talking about. The only one that uses a pot is that one. It's the one in the middle. It uses that pot in the middle there. It will always retreat into there and sit at the edge of it and watch out. So I don't know what that means, but yeah, so they're growing nicely. Really, really loving these fish. We got them when they were very small, so you can see that there's been some really good growth rate in them. But it was 3 months ago we got them. But yeah, you know, it's still 9 from 10 is not bad. I never saw no remnants from the one that's gone missing, so I assume that it was one of the smaller ones, because there's some really small ones in there at first. So yeah, the wolf cichlid, guys, my favourite fish of all time that I've always wanted to own, as you know, but I've never been stupid, because I knew that I would never be able to get the right tank, and I did it when I know now that I can get the right size tank. So it's the way you've got to do it, guys. You've got to think to the future, and I know that I can chop and change and swap fish and stuff, and that's who I am. You know, that's me. But I will not be getting rid of my male Dovii once we've got it, because it's the fish I've always wanted. It's the dream fish for me. So yeah, well, that's the Dovii, guys, right? We're going to take you to the new Parachromis species that we have in the fish room, and then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some plans going forward around jaguar cichlids, and where some new tanks are going to be going. So let's head over to the new Parachromis species, guys. So here they are. Do you know what they are? They're very small, so it's going to be hard for you to tell, but they are Parachromis lowercellii. Again, so Parachromis, as you can see from, I know they're small, but the pattern, the way they look, very Parachromis. That's what a lot of the young Parachromis look like. Remember the Dovies, the young jags that I had? But these are a smaller Parachromis, so these aren't going to grow massive like your jags and your, I mean, jags don't grow massive in aquariums. They can probably average about 14 to 16 inches, whereas the Dovii is going to get to probably 2 feet in an aquarium. So even more probably a Dovii if you've got a big enough aquarium. But these are a beautiful fish, and do you know what? These, from where I live, are very rare. So it's not actually a fish that I've seen before, or you see a lot of. I'm just going to sit down, guys, to get you a better angle. Just let me turn the tank light off from the Dovii tank so we don't get that glare. Okay. So, sorry guys, I'm just wanting to get a better angle of video. So yeah, so these are Parachromis lowercellii, and they're probably going to top out at around 10 to 12 inches. I want a pair because, as you know, I've spoke to you a few times that I'm going to start doing a bit of breeding, and I think that this is a fish that's perfect for me. I've been looking for the right fish to grow out for a few weeks because, as you know, I've had my issues. I've also had more tanks come in the house, so it's given me a bit more room. We got rid of the gold jags because we just, you know, I'll talk to you about the gold jags when I've finished up with these guys. I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but I wanted something, and there was the options on the table were grow some red devils out for a pair, grow these out, grow some Polini out, fish that I love. You know, I've always wanted some Polini, and I've also, you know, I love my red devils, but I don't really want to breed red devils. I would like to have a proper breeding pair of red devils, but I don't see the point. So that was off the table. The Polini, honestly, was nearly happening. I could get my hands on them, but I just kept looking at these at Predator Aquatics, and I just thought to myself, you know, I don't own many Parachromis. You know, I've got a couple of them. I've got 2 or 3 Amphilophus species, so we're probably not going to see these for a long time again, so it had to be these. So anyway, I chose the lowercellii, and already, look at them, you know, they've already got a little bit of decent colour in them. Little chunkies. I mean, that one's a little bit different there, not showing its pattern, but that'll happen. There's 6 in there, guys. What I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to pop you on pause, and I'm going to feed them. There's actually some food in there, but that's for the plecos, so I'm going to feed them. Want me a minute? Okay, so what I'm going to feed him is, I'm going to feed him some Ikari Vibra Bites, guys. So I'm going to pop them in. So they're a small worm-like pellet. Sorry, I've got to put a lid on my back off. I mean, they're very confident. They're only young, aren't they? So they're not going to be as scared as when they're getting older. But that's, yeah, the Ikari Vibra Bites are like a worm-like pellet. So they're only small and they're quite high in protein. So good for, because they're pretty much still fry, aren't they? So good for a smaller fish to help with growth and stuff. I don't just feed them the Vibra Bites, guys, but, you know, on that occasion, that's what they were getting. So, yeah, really excited about these, and we'll see what the future holds with them. But like I said, like with the Dovii, they're only small right now, and, you know, probably won't grow at a massive rate with the fact that they only max out around 10 or 12 inches anyway. So, but, you know, put a couple of pots in there. I'm not a fan of hundreds and hundreds of pots. There's also in there, there's a male and female BN, and I think they're going through the motions. So I had, when I was in hospital, my missus went and picked up a female bristlenose plec and a load of babies to try and keep the algae clean in a tank. And I remembered in one of my tanks, in fact it was the one in the living room, that I actually had a male BN from a while back. So I've stuck them both in here. So, oh, actually, no, I can see the female through there. So that's obviously the male trying to display his tail, look, wiggling his tail a bit. Female's there. So I think if they breed, it's a bit of like, bit of food for these guys, isn't it? If that's what happens. So yeah, anyway, guys, what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna show you something and talk you through some future plans. So, in this area here, so this is the tank. Sorry for the glare, but this is the tank that the Cuban cichlids in, and this section here, so that tank is 40 inches wide, and as you can see, there's a few inches there, so there's probably about 6 inches there. So if I drag this over, which I can, I'll be able to get 4 foot in there. So what I've got is my father-in-law is coming over at the weekend, and he's going to measure up to build me a rack which will basically have 3 sections. So we'll have a section at the bottom for fry, we'll have the section at the middle for the Cuban, and then a section on top for probably the rainbows and the new species that are coming from Max Sickleys, because I need to move stuff about because it's really hard to get new tanks in at the moment, and that's what I want to do, guys. I'm really wanting to build the fish room, and if that works and it looks okay, we're going to think about doing the same here with the 5 foots, but it would only be 2 racks on that one. So just getting more tanks in, guys, because, you know, I'm on it at the moment. I'm buzzing. I'm really thinking about breeding my certain fish, and obviously, you know, we got rid of the Jags, so I wanted to get out of that moving fish on, you know, because I want the kind of fish keeper. In fact, let me turn you around and talk to you. Won't be a moment. Sorry guys, I'm just going on with myself then and just pointing anywhere. So yeah, so what I'm trying to say is, you know, it's been a mad year. You know, we made the change over from South Americans to full on Central Americans, and I'm one of them fish keepers, me. I have my wet pets that I love, and I have fish that if I don't really love them, I move them on because I don't enjoy them, and that's who I am. You know, some people will go, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, but that's fine. I don't really care. That's who I am, and I will be who I am. As long as I make sure the fish go to the right places, that's all that matters. Anyway, what I've been thinking about is, been thinking for a few weeks now that obviously it all started with the gold Jags. So when I got the gold Jags, I got into a few conversations with people who know what they're talking about, and you know, Aqua Mojo, Andy Woods, people. And there was a couple of people who said to me that they're not very good quality, they're not going to be great quality, you don't want to breed them, blah, blah, blah. And I probably rushed into buying them based on losing Mr. Wimpy the Jag. So we moved them on. I wasn't going to breed them. But I said to my missus at the time, I really miss Mr. Wimpy. So I said to her that the first time I get the opportunity to get a decent, smallish sized male Jag, obviously around 5-6 inches, I'm going to buy one, and I'm going to have to make it room. I'm going to have to make room for him, because eventually, if I can double the racks, I'll have a tank for him. So anyway, there's one come up, so I am going to buy it. So I need to find somewhere for it. I'm not decided yet. I mean, I might have to set another tank up. I could put him in the 5 foot with the Waru and the extra spiller, and he does live with VA here at the moment, so he lives in a tank of VA. So I don't know, I need to sort that out. But yeah, there is going to be a male Jag coming into the fish room, which I'm really excited about, really happy about. I just need to get this racking done so I've got a tank for him. Worst case scenario, he's going to have to go in that tank behind me there, which is only 260 litres, 4 foot long. I think it's 17 wide and 20 high, so it's not big enough for him long term, but it will do for till this work's done. But yeah, anyway, again, waffling on about stuff that's going on in the future and just going on with myself, so I apologise. But yeah, that's the Parachromis, guys. That's the plans. This is what's happening. I'm just excited. I just wanted to tell you, know what I'm like. But yeah, Mr. Wimpy is the logo on my Big Fish Lad logo, so he's part of the logo, sorry. So it only seems fitting, really, doesn't it? But yeah, anyway, I think that's it. I think I've covered quite a bit. You know, the Dovii are doing really well. We've got this new lower Celii. We're going to get a Jag, and yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. So yeah, I think that's me. So I am out, and I will see you on the next video. See you later.